Okay, here we're going to take a look at a few transitions during editing and how to fancy up your videos just a little bit. I'm using Adobe Premiere. Really any editor that has 2 video tracks. I've got 3 showing here and a number of audio tracks, but really if you have 2 video tracks you can pull these off. So the project that I'm dealing with here is a video from the Discover HCPSS series. I was out at Oakland Mills High School taping a video with Kelly, who is a wheelchair-bound student, and a PE teacher, Christina Hewitt, who created a lesson around wheelchair basketball. It was really cool. But I've got some video here of Miss Hewitt doing a stand-up interview, and then after that I've got some B-roll of the game. So you can see this is just a straight cut. There it is. And what I can do is throw a transition in here, just a 1-second dissolve here, and there's that, and we can quicken up the dissolve or put in a wipe or anything fancy that we like. That's pretty standard, right? Okay, so over here now I've got the same thing, but I've got assistant principal Brian Wallace in this shot, and he did the same thing as Miss Hewitt, did a little stand-up, and I've got a pretty long shot of him doing his stand-up, and this could be anything. This could be like a news piece or anything where you've got somebody somebody speaking, and that's where this is good for. So what I want to show you is a J transition and an L transition. Here I've got some B-roll footage, just some shots that I strung together of the game, and I want to cover up part of Mr. Wallace's stand-up. So I'm going to take this video, I'm going to bring them up to my second video track, and I'm going to lay them in here. Okay, so now what we've got is we've got Mr. Wallace speaking, and it's going to leave his audio in. I'll turn it up a little bit so you can hear it. It's going to leave his audio in, but it's going to transition to the B-roll.
That everybody has a different school experience, and so we also
there it is. Now this is called a J transition, and you can see that if you follow my cursor, it makes the letter J. And this is a really good way to cover either it's a long stand-up and you want to transition to B-roll, or you've got some video edits in here on track 1 that you want to cover with B-roll. So this is a J transition. Now on the other side of it, and I've already created it automatically, is an L transition. You can see because of the shape makes the L shape here, and this is coming out, and this might be at the end of a newscast or whatever you're doing, and you're in B-roll and you want to transition back to the reporter, do the sign off.
Be more open to the experiences of everybody, and it makes me more conscious.
There it is. So these are a lot nicer. This can be done in the middle of a video also, because it's a lot nicer than a straight transition like this where you finish with your entire stand-up and then you transition to your B-roll. Now, bring your B-roll in early. A lot of times you'll do this. You might have some music underneath. Okay, so if I've got a music track and let's see, I want to come a little bit more. I might have a music track, and then I'll bring my music track down under my B-roll, and then
it's so important.
In comes the interview. Okay, so that's a good way to do it. Layer these things a little bit. If you layer your transitions and layer your tracks, it'll just fine-tune your video. It'll make it look a lot nicer.